Hey family, how you doing? Welcome to another video. I am so glad that you guys can join us. I'm just gosh. See, this is what we're going to talk about in this video is exactly what I was trying to express in the video prior to this one, or the one I was walking, at the regional park around here, out in the desert. And I tell you, if you want to get tired, spend some time on social media in the black section of town. You'll get tired real quick. I told you, and I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it. Our number one enemy as a people, it isn't white people. It isn't all these other groups. It's us. It's black folks. And this video, what we're going to talk about in this video is going to further prove that point. Okay. So I'm actually going to just get right into it. Okay. Because I'm just going to go do this video and I'm going to go lay down somewhere. Okay. Unbelievable. But anyway, I hope you guys have had a great week. We'll be doing the latest installment on our teaching on the Holy Spirit very soon, very, very soon, maybe the next day or two, but I'll let you know. I'll give you, full heads up on that, on exactly when, but anyway. Okay. So on TikTok, TikTok is just, people like to crack on TikTok. TikTok can be very valuable, but it also can be very damaging and very dangerous too. People like to, crack a lot on Wikipedia, but, and Wikipedia isn't 100% accurate either, but at least they give you a lot of references. So if you're interested in a topic, you can actually click on the links and you can go to it and click on these links and you can find out, do your own additional research and find out for yourself. Okay, let me find out the full context of what this person is brought up, as opposed to just going at face value. That's the problem with TikTok, is that you have some people out there who they just ignorant. They just ignorant. I don't even know how to put it. They just are ignorant. And anyway, so you got people out there that will say things that, people just run with it. And, and they'll play the little scary music or whatever behind and make you think, ooh, it must be legitimate, And I've seen people take information on TikTok alone and just run with it. But on the flip, there are some very, very fascinating and interesting things that you'll find on TikTok that is very good information. But even with that, I know my wife and I have found some very valuable things on there. But even with that information, it always kind of, it's not even a second thought. We will still say, wow, that's pretty fascinating. Well, let me look into it further. Let me research it further. And we'll do it. And we'll go. It just, I don't know. We don't even have to think about it. We just do that. We never just take a TikTok and then just run with that info. We're always, at least in this house, we're going to cross-reference it and we're going to make sure, okay, if this is legit or not, right? Well, anyway, so this latest thing is, I tell you, the black folks who are out there who hate themselves, they are always going to find a way to hate themselves even more. And, and they will, and when information isn't there, they'll make stuff up. And this particular story is no different. It's the latest installment in black folks finding new ways to hate themselves. What I'm going to do now is let me pull up this video that I'm talking about that is making the rounds apparently, at least on TikTok, where you have people who are actually believing, that there's a trademark out here that is talking about canning black people. Yes. In 2023, there are people who believe that there's a trademark that's out here right now that is about canning, taking black folks and canning us, putting us in cans, and to use us as food. And I wish I could tell you that I was kidding here, but I'm not. So what I'm doing now is I thought I had it on my computer, but now I do. Let me play for you this video that has gone somewhat viral on TikTok, and I'll show you this, and then we're going to get into this, okay, family? So that we can get to the bottom line, we can get to the truth of the matter, okay? So let's go ahead. Let me pull up this video.
Y'all know what's crazy? Yo, so look, we already know that the term African American, right? That is trademarked. And they got it trademarked under foods like pork and beef. So family, when they say they got organic meat, we are the organic meat. When they talk about organic meat, they are talking about the people who are organic to this. They talking about the organic people to this earth, organic people to planet Kai. That's the organic meat they talking about.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take a look at the trademark. And apparently, like I said again, this is let me pull up the other images, because you could see it wasn't just her thing. And they, what I'm showing you right now are just screenshots of people who took that video, ran with it, and made their own videos to it as well. So I'm just showing you like different screenshots that I took off of TikTok. And you know what's funny? What's interesting is that TikTok actually has a feature on there. It's called STEM, and they did that because you had a lot of people, including some black folks, who were saying, "Hey, listen, we're tired of being pigeonholed with just the silly dancing and music and stuff like that. But we need to see, we need to have, TikTok needs to do more to show our people in a positive light." It wasn't just black people, but it was, like I said, it was other people as well that was saying, "Hey, listen, it's making us look dumb." Basically, TikTok is making people in the West, especially black folks, look dumb. So TikTok, which is based in China, actually said, "Okay, fine, we're going to come up with we're going to add an extension to TikTok, and it's called STEM." I don't know if you can, if I hold it up, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but hold on for a second. I'll try to hold it up to the camera so you can see. All right. So let me hold on there so maybe you can see it on your screen. Get the focus here in just a moment. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on, Mr. Camera. You can do it. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit, because it's focusing on my face. That's why it's doing that. There you go. Okay, so you see over here, you see where it says STEM? Okay, so STEM, that's all technology stuff, right? And it is a whole section, if you go through it, of just science, technology, engineering, kind of stuff like that. And that's where you're going to find a lot of that information. And as you go through here, you're not going to see too many black folks on here at all, because the content a lot of times that we're producing doesn't fall into these categories. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just kind of swiping through here just to give you an idea. Things that could be very beneficial and really help, we're not putting it out there. There are pockets where our people are, but on this platform, unfortunately, overwhelmingly, the information we're putting out is just falls under those other categories, right? So anyway, let's get to this. Let's get to this thing here. So the claim is that there is a trademark out here that is that's basically has taken the word African American, and it's trademarked that word So, and under the word African American, you're going to find things like meats and all this other stuff, right? So the conclusion of this individual was that, well, what they're doing is they see us as meat, organic meat. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's actually take a look, okay, at the trademark that they're referring to. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this because this is the one that a lot of people have been using. So we're just going to pull this up on the screen, okay? Let me get my situation here together. Okay, so here it is right here. This is one of them, okay? But there's others as well. We're going to go to the actual trademark page as well. We're gonna, we're gonna look at this thing, okay? And typically, what happens in these videos is that people time out. In other words, if the video goes longer than 2 minutes, people time out. They click out. So this video clearly isn't you for you. So you can just keep moving and stay in your ignorance. I mean, you get tired of it for real. But anyway, but here is the picture, or rather the page that people are talking about. So we're going to take this slow and we're going to look at it. Okay, we're going to look at it as is. Okay, not adding anything to it. We're going to look at it as is. All right. So what you're looking at is this African American trademark details. Now, what else do you see on this page? Well, I'll tell you what I see. I see this as well. So anytime when you're doing a trademark, all right, so it can be Ford, it can be, I don't know, Honda, it can be the name brand of a restaurant, it can be a technology company or whatever. When they trademark something, it's not necessarily, it depends on the name. It'll be the name, but also it's the name with, sometimes you have to be very specific when you're submitting a request for a trademark. So it's not just the words, it's also what goes with the words. It may be the font that you use with those words. It's very, 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 very specific. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see this at face value, someone who's not going to take the time to read it, they're automatically going to jump to conclusions and say, wait a minute, African American. And then they're going to go right down here and they're going to see all this other stuff. International class, bookbinding material, photographs, stationery, paper, cardboard. Wait a minute, work glass, sponges. See, they're using us as product. See, that's what the ignorant class would do. But see, no, barbecue sauce, beef, canned vegetables, chicken, pork. Let's take our time and we're going to look at it again, okay? So African American trademark details. All right, so it gives you the serial number. That's the serial number I believe she was using there. Registered, which we'll find out later on that it was actually canceled. Okay, so the person that submitted it, by the way, from what I understand, was a black individual. It wasn't a white person. It was a black individual. And I'll tell you why. They were based in North Carolina. Anyway, so when you look at a trademark notice, you got to look at the top tells you everything what that trademark is actually for. So it's here is saying African American trademark details. This is what's being trademarked. Do you see my mouse right here? African American with the continent drawn with the lines. It's a label. Okay, it's a label. It's not a people, it's a label. That is what's being trademarked. When you fill out a trademark application, what the first thing they're going to ask is, what are you trying to trademark? That will show up at the very top of the trademark notice. Okay. And so you go on here and it says status date, filing date, and it goes on. And then they tell you right here, mark drawing, illustration, drawing or design, which also includes words, letters, numbers, typeset. All right. And they say design searches, and they say Africa, straight lines, band, bar, horizontal lines, band, bar. They're telling you exactly what the trademark is for. All right. And then they give you the attorney name and all of that. I'm just kind of going through it so that you can understand what you're looking at. Okay. Indication of colors claimed. Color is not claimed as a feature on this mark, meaning that what you see is the trademark. So there's no colors associated with this trademark. It's just what you see there. All right. And then they say goods and services, or what is associated with this mark. with what you're applying for. What are you trying to tie it with? All right. What they're trying to tie it is, so anytime, what this thing is saying is every time you see this, not the words African American, but this, what I'm circling right here is the label. Okay, you're used to seeing like Nike, right? Nike, and then under Nike you got the swish, right? Well, it's the same thing. This is, just think of this being Nike, right? Except it's African American and it's got the continent drawn over it, right? Anyway, okay, so they tell you right here the mark consists of okay, here it is. The mark consists of a stylized outline of the African continent with 4 horizontal lines defining 5 horizontal bands of sections, with the word American forming an arc above the outline and the word African forming a concentric arc above the word American. They are telling you, again, this is what's being trademarked. It is not African Americans. It's not you and I. All right. It's that. And so what are they saying is going to be associated with that label? Mouse pads, goods and services. What else? Bibs of paper, stationery, mugs, beef, canned vegetables, chicken, pork, barbecue sauce, coffee, hot sauce, tea, fruit flavored drinks, soft drinks, namely sodas. And then they go through, there's a whole lot of other things they're trying to tie through there. Okay. That is what this is about. And the party name, the name of the company is African American Inc. All right. That's the name of it. And trying to see what else here. And then they give you the whole history here. It was, it started, looks like went as far back as January the 1st of 2015. And if you continue to follow this, it was later, you'll find that it was canceled. Okay, I have another one here. Let me see. Is this in here? Hold on for a sec. All right. All right, here's another one here. But this is another one. But later on, if you just, what I would encourage you to do is to go back, just do your real research, family. You'll see that this was canceled. It didn't go too far. Okay. So just look this up on your own. You'll see it got canceled. All right. Here's another one here. Okay. This is a different trademark. And this was done back in 1998. All right. So notice that this is what's being trademarked. It is not African American alone. It's everything that you see right here. All right. That's what you see. It's like it's 2 trees to me. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But if you read it, it'll tell you exactly what it's associated with, and it goes on there. All right. What I'm guessing is that this first one here that everyone's, making a brouhaha about, what I'm guessing is that because this one came out of North Carolina and they're saying like beef, canned vegetables and all that, it was probably like some kind of meat packing company or something like that was black owned, because from what, like I said, I understand the person who did submit this was a black individual. And you do have a significant number of black people who do own chicken farms, pig farms and things like that. So that's what I'm guessing, based off of that. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But from what I do understand, it was in fact a black person that did submit this. Okay. And let me see if I have another one here. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I'm just showing you these different ones here so that you can get perspective. Okay, and you can kind of fully understand what I'm talking about here. All right, so here's another one that was filed back in 2009. All right, and African American. All right, failure to respond. Let me see. So what is being trademarked here? Is it African Americans? No. They tell you right here, it's an illustration drawing with the words, letters, numbers in block form. It's how this is written, how the word African American, the font that they're using, that is what's being trademarked, or at least that's what they were applying applying to trademark, how this was typed out. And so they said it was dead or abandoned. Let's see what else. Is there any other information on here? Like, do they say like what it was going to be associated with? Hey, here's some other ones here too. All right. Just to give you some more, these are the images. Like this one here. This is another one. It's another one called African American. All right. And it got looked like a cat. It's the image. It's not the people. It's the image. Same thing with this one here. It's the image. It's African American. This one does have color on it. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. Here's the one that we're talking about now. Here's another one. I guess it's a different variant of it. Let's see. African American. It's how this is being presented. It's not. These aren't like, they're not talking about the people. It's the name. It's actually the name. It's the name with the image that goes with it. They're being very specific. But again, if you take the time to read the doggone thing, it will tell you that. But a lot of our people don't read. They don't. And this is yet another chapter as to why, that it should be embarrassing, but it's not for many people. They'll just move along to the next thing. So every instance that you see here where you see African American, they're not trying to put you in a freaking can. Okay. This is about the image. Like I said, again, like Ford or Nike, or think of any Microsoft or Apple or whatever. It's Apple, the word Apple. They're not Apple itself. The word Apple, to my knowledge, I don't think you can trademark that because Apple is the name of a fruit. You understand what I'm saying? But the word Apple with the logo of that Apple uses with the bitten apple, well, that is what's trademarked. It's the word Apple with the bitten apple with the bite mark in it. That is what is trademarked, not the word Apple. You understand what I'm saying? Well, it's the same exact thing here. Now, as a business person and someone that has years of experience in marketing, I personally would not do this. That's just a little bit too close as far as trying to get something trademarked. I just wouldn't do that. I understand why they are doing that, because from a marketing standpoint, you want people to, you want to pick a name that's catchy and people can easily remember you, right? But, I personally would not do that. That to me, that's too close. I would pick something else. There's plenty of other words out there that you can use. African American, rather if it's African American Inc. or African American Group or whatever, it doesn't matter. I just wouldn't use I personally wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? If it was African American Men's Group Association or something like that, that's different. But just the word African American and then you throw a logo there, I understand what you're trying to do, but I would have to be a little more descriptive with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's me. Other people may not think that way, but there you go. Okay, so hopefully this brings a little bit more clarity. Let me try to see if I had another one here. Like I typed in, okay, so this is the actual United States Patent and Trademark Office website. So let me see if I can type that in, because I did that before and nothing came up. Okay, I'll just type it in here. All right, hold on, let me see. I'm doing all this in real time for y'all. Okay, so you can see, what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's try that again. See if I can get anything to come up here. Hold on. I'll submit query. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. So here are the trademarks that are current, that are active. Everything you see here. So those other pages that I was showing you, that wasn't actually coming from the trademark office. That was coming. These are other sites that extract information from the trademark site. Some of it is dated, so it's always good to come here so you can actually see, okay, are those trademarks real? Are they accurate? Are they updated? This is where you come. You remember, like I always say, you always go to the source. It ain't up here. Now, one of them I'm up here. I'm not seeing them. Let me see. It says one of 50. See if it gives me any more. I have the ability to page through it. Hold on for a second. On next list. Let's see. Okay, here's one here. African American, right here. Now, when you click on, I'm gonna click on it, but scroll over here and look what it says. It's dead. They ain't using that. It's even spelled wrong. Look at that. It's what? What the heck does it say? Can they even spell it right? African American. What the heck? They can't even spell it. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Here's one here. African American. Let's look at that and see what is that one live or dead. All right. That one's dead too. Let's go ahead and click on that. Let's just see. I'm just curious. Yeah, this is one here. So that one, remember the one we said earlier? I said they had using a picture of a cat and got African American on it. They abandoned it. And it looked like it was some Vietnamese people or people from Southeast Asia that applied that one. I'll show you how bold some of these people are. Let's see. African American Club. All right. So we're still going through it. Let's go to the next list here. African American mythology. Sounds like, okay, here's another one. African American. That one is live. Let's take a look at this one. All right, African American. Okay, so again, what is being trademarked? It's African American within this logo, within this image. It's the image that's being, and they tell you right here, stars, three or more stars, multiple stars, 5 points. So apparently, I guess what someone was trying to do was they're trying to create a flag for African Americans. And so they got it trademarked. They was able to get it trademarked. Okay, so I cannot legally use this, this flag here because it's trademarked. It's the flag. It doesn't mean I can't say African American. All right, let's see here. There's some more here. Let's see. That one is dead. I'll just go through a couple more of these because this is such a complete and utter waste of time. It really is. All right, here's another one here. African American. I'm just going through. That one is dead. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. I'm just scrolling here right quick here. African Americans. Okay, African American. That one's it. All the ones that say African American are dead. Like literally, they ain't going nowhere. Next list. See, all this time that I'm taking with y'all. See, you can't fit this on a TikTok. Do you see what I'm saying? This time, how much time have I spent on this video so far? Right now, we're at 28 minutes. I can't do a 28 minute TikTok. Apparently I can't. I'm not going to even spend any more time on this. My point, family, is this is yet another example of how our people give themselves to willing ignorance. And it also has put on full display, as I've been saying many times, is that you have in my opinion, there is a growing number of black folks who hate themselves so much that they will actually come up with this bull crap like this and they'll peddle it out to the masses. See, we don't have to worry about white people coming up with this stupid stuff now. It's black folks that put this stuff out now. This is silly. You got grown adults with children that are putting this kind of nonsense out here. And you got grown folks with children, or maybe not, that are repeating this stuff, and they're listening to this and they're like, yeah, that's right. That's why I don't want to call myself an African American. I'm anything but I'm a Native American, or I'm a Hebrew, but don't you call me an African American. See, because see, this is a trick. I knew it was a trick. See, it's like, no, dummy, you're the trick, okay? And you're getting it wrong because you refuse to read. And because you also refuse to check the information that comes your way. All right. So again, if you're going to look at anything, as we say on this platform many, many times, take the information that we present and double check it for yourself. All right. Don't just take our word for it. Never, ever, ever, ever just take our word for it. We challenge you as the viewer to take the information that we present here, and for you to take some initiative and investigate on your own. Family, the reason why we harp on this so much is because we know that we're the last line of defense when it comes to stupidity, ignorance, or intelligence. And sadly, many of our people are giving themselves to stupidity and ignorance. And it bridges and creates an easy bridge to self-hate. So there are a lot of these people who are pushing this stuff out. They actually hate themselves. There's something about them. They hate themselves. And so they'll spend all of this time looking for these stupid ghost stories, or they'll make up their own and present it to you. And then you listen to it, and then you just run with it, based off of someone who hates themselves. That's what it comes down to, family, at the end of the day. This is self-hate on display, where you're willing to go to this level to pull this kind of stuff, to pull this kind of stunt out. And that's why I said, I was telling my wife, I said, I'm done teaching adults how to read and how to investigate. I'm done. I'm literally done with that. We've spent years doing this. I'm done. I mean, if you can't even, if grown people couldn't even catch this, how are you going to have intelligent conversations about anything else? And when you start talking about spirituality, or when you're talking about, scientific stuff or historical topics, how are you going to have intelligent conversations about that when you're putting out this freaking stuff? I mean, come on. Like I said, I love my people dearly, but I'm going to tell you, I see, man, a lot of our people, they're going to have to go. They're going to have to take an early exit, because there is nowhere in the world as a people we can move forward when we're pushing this kind of stuff. And my hope and prayer is that you are an individual that will begin to really investigate and ask questions when you hear stuff on social media like this stuff, and stop just taking people's word for it alone, but do your own due diligence and investigate. All right. That's all I have for you, family. You guys take care and enjoy the rest of your day.